my goodness. Oh, I'm a noob. Yeah. Such a noob.
Rookie.
It's Matthias's fault. Because he's not here.
Well, it says we're going. I don't think we're going.
Well, I started the whole thing.
Yeah, this is the year.
Well, you got 30 seconds. Oh, here we go. We got 50.
Hey, there we go.
Such a noob. Turn that a little bit. What's up? There we go. Yeah. Gentlemen.
There we go.
Gentlemen. Happy Saturday.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Yes. That will be Easter Eve.
I guess. You got a thing.
You know, I was watching that. I think it's on the news. How ridiculous. $700 million is spent on paint.
Wow.
On Easter.
700 million. Actually, that's not a huge number.
Wow. I mean, the big scheme of things for one day.
Yep.
Where's Doja? Well, howdy. I am Echo One. Well, I like that. Oh, that's a cool name. I am Echo One. That's a new one.
Let's go.
I don't remember seeing I am
Susan. I see.
Susan.
Echo One, are you new here?
Gap Crunch 64. So, well,
Is the microphone on? Does that microphone even have power?
well, I've got it plugged in. I'm trying to, with this new tripod, I wanted to see how well going back to the old road. But yeah, let us know at the audio because this is experimentation day.
Oh, there's Ryan.
What's up, Joe? Yeah.
That was a sweet pickup. $130 for that?
Yeah. They had like so many, and what's crazy is there's still another one down there too that I didn't know about.
Oh, really?
I saw they posted a picture, another picture the other day, and there was another one there. So I was just like, so I got to reach out to him. Don't want to try to make a deal.
They can hear us now.
Good. So they've got something down there I want.
What you want?
They have a hybrid stomper.
Hot toy hybrid?
Yes.
Wow.
It's not the one with the separate Rogers sticker.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see if I can work a trade out with that Dark Trooper that I've got.
Oh, yeah.
That I picked up free.
Yeah. Don't do your little something for that.
Blasphemy. Yeah, because I think they want 300 for the actual hydro trooper.
The hydro stomper?
Hydro trooper. Thank you, hydro trooper. Yeah.
Not bad.
No, it's not.
Not bad off of that.
And the Dark Trooper, it's like I think it's like 280. So if I could,
Well, they're doing another one right now. IG Atlanta.
Well, yeah.
But you got to spend $275.
Well, they're doing they're going to do another K2F though.
Yeah. But what kills me is you got to spend $275, but like most of the hot toys are around $250, $265.
Yeah.
Man, everything's like $10 short, so you got to buy two to be able to get it.
Well, so here's the thing. So when I made the Mad Dash down there, which it was well worth,
Not on you.
it was well worth the 2 hour drive.
Oh, yeah.
And because I mean, $130. Because here's the crazy part: when I saw the picture posted the night before, it was 140 or 145. That was on the. Then when I got there, it was 130. Well, yeah. So there's something I've been working on, which the short.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is this close to completion.
Nice.
It's painted.
Oh, wow.
I'm the electronics, that not the fake electronics. I've got those in there. I've got uh, tools, 6 scale tools, shovels, axes, stuff like that. They're actually printing off now. I've got the machine gun mount that I added to it, which that was a personal preference. I created my own sandbags,
Uh,
real like
oh, no,
burlap sandbags
okay.
that are 6 scale. Um, I am. Has anyone ever?
Complain about you recording.
No. No. I had one store, a GameStop, told me I could, but that
Yeah,
was years ago.
yeah. Back when I first started, there was a GameStop there. And I asked before I started.
Yeah,
You know, like,
I always
no,
asked.
no, don't do it. Oh, okay. I
Uh,
didn't. So, and I don't record at that GameStop. I go there, but I'm not recording it.
but yeah, I've got some boxes, ammo boxes, cargo boxes. But those are printing off right now. Um, so I'm gonna do a review, a reveal video
Cool.
this week
Cool, cool.
because everything should be. I'm thinking everything should be done that I'm going to put on it. But that's the reason why I went down and got the shore trooper because that's what's going to be. Right now, I've got 2 shore troopers in.
Uh-huh.
I've got 2 more shore troopers, so I can actually put 3 to 4 shore troopers into the vehicle.
That's going to be cool.
But right now, I've got a driver and a front gunner.
Uh-huh.
But I've got some extra tracks printed, they're mounted, extra wheels. Um, but the whole mashup of modern military or World War II, whatever vehicles, that's my jam. That's what I like doing, mashing up Star Wars and movie recommendations, Strange Darling. I'm gonna tell you a movie.
Not familiar with that.
I'm gonna tell you a movie.
Tell me a movie.
19. I don't know when it came out. Brendan Fraser, Joe Pesci, with it made me shed a tear.
I can't remember if I've seen that or not.
It's about Harvard. Pesci's like a bum that's living underneath the library,
Yeah,
and he steals the thesis, or he finds the thesis that Brendan Fraser's writing.
mm-hmm.
And so he starts basically the story goes, "You do something for me, and I'll give you a page."
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But it's a very good movie. Got it on Amazon. It's like $3 or $4 to buy it, whatever. But it's a good movie. I don't know about Strange Dark.
Never heard of it.
But I've been really excited for this project of creating, my own 3D printed 6 scale RC vehicle. Now it's got the motors in it. If you remember last year, that one guy that I met, I bought those 2 tanks
Oh,
from,
yeah.
dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Well, he actually converted and put regular electronics in it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I can take those electronics, put them into this vehicle. I just got to figure out the battery thing with these two 12-volt motors. So, but at least the motors are there.
Uh-huh.
But right now, I can care less about it actually moving. That's phase 2. But it's altogether, I'm well over. I'm either I'm like 500ish screws in nuts.
Yikes.
Like I said, this thing it is not glued together. It's
About
completely.
400 of them in the treads.
Well, that was 129 times 2 per trail.
Wow.
So that was
Almost 260.
so it's almost 500 just as the tread. So I'm over 500. I think
Yeah.
I didn't even count the tread, so I'm about 1,000 screws. But
That's a lot of work.
But the thing about it is though is being able to just you build it from scratch, and it's not like gluing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a bunch of stuff I printed and I built that I've glued, but to physically put nuts and bolts on things, it sort of reminds you of the old erector stats.
Uh-huh.
things like that, where I don't know. It's like, and then when you see the actual metal screws, the nuts and bolts, and all of them are socket head Allen wrench, which I find what's funny is I was well over three-quarters of the way done. Then I realized that I actually had a proper actual RC car wrenches. And then for the nuts, I had specifically, when I was building the AT RT, I had purchased a ratchet wrench. I didn't realize it. It's the same size as those M2 nuts. I found that after three-quarters of the way of trying to hold them and string together.
Oh,
You live and learn.
you'll know for the next one.
You live. Well, I've actually um, gathered all of that material from the AT-RT, all those nuts and bolts that are M2s, M3s. I've got everything in one spot now. So that was the mistake I made because I had
We're still in the Batmobile from the Holler set.
remember the one that I showed you, that little super rig?
Oh yeah, the silver Batmobile.
Okay, that goes back
Why
with
would
me.
you steal the silver? That's like the lame part of it. The truck's the cool thing.
Exactly.
The silver Batmobile, like who cares?
If that's what he's referring to, that's what I'm thinking. But it goes back to what me and Jared was talking about before we even went live. It's funny to me that somebody will risk going to jail for a $2 Hot Wheel or a $20 figure. If I want to risk the bracelets and the other things that could possibly happen, because according to Jelly Roll, you will have to bow up on somebody at least once, or you're going to be holding the pocket, and you don't want to hold the pocket. It's gonna be for something. It ain't gonna be for a stupid toy. I don't know if you saw, but I wanted to. I needed something else to do.
Oh no.
Did you see the picture I posted on
Your wood
Instagram?
carving?
I wanted to actually bring it and let you actually see it. That's my third. I've done three.
Uh-huh.
The first two really suck. That's the third one I've done. I don't think it's half bad.
Not that bad.
Considering I never would carve.
Yeah. You're making progress for sure.
It definitely looks like the Easter Island dude.
Yeah. Not bad. You're getting there.
I mean, I'm just.
What carving's not easy?
In case you haven't seen it on my social media, there's my. And I'm having to actually really hone up on my knife sharpening skills.
Oh yeah. Sharp knife is key.
Yes. And sharp knives are dangerous. I've got a really nice little cut right there underneath the fingernail. I mean, you can see it. It's
I
like
don't want to
right
see
there.
it, man.
I mean, it's like right there. I mean, it's like, I'm like, mommy. Then I reached down and grabbed my bottle of alcohol on the trash can.
But that stung.
It's right here, a chisel. I've got gloves.
But you won't
Cut
wear
me.
them.
That's stupid.
What is the new figure obscure? I haven't seen that.
Oh, that went live today.
Where was it?
I think it's live. You
You
go to Four Horsemen Studio. I can't remember what time it was. It's supposed to be today. I have not yet. I'm just like Jared. I have not. But
let's see.
My little. This is what I'm gonna make like a bunch of these to give them Christmas presents here. They got little Easter Island dude. Oh, okay. For sure. Ooh,
Father Christmas?
no, go back up to the top. Those are old ones.
Yeah. The top one is the Ghost of. Oh yeah, I have seen it. The Ghost of Christmas Past. like
Oh, that's good. Well, the answer is no. I probably won't get it.
Yeah.
Well, look who just showed up.
there it is.
No,
I'd seen
it
something
looks
about
cool, but no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not me. The Mythic Legions to me are just like Hot Toys or in the just. I'm super specific. I like all the night stuff first.
Why so quiet? What do you mean so quiet?
Why are you being quiet, Charlie? The makerspace, nice. Oh yeah, we got one here in Hamilton County's library.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like for you, but here in the library, you just pay for the filament that is used after the project's printed. They weigh it,
Hello,
and
everybody.
it's dirt cheap.
What's going on with DS?
Oh, well, let's see. I'll start off with my wife said, hey, we'll get up early with you. We can go have breakfast, and then we'll drop you off to do the show. Good morning. And we left the house at 8:20. We just had breakfast, and I left them at Maple Street Biscuit Company.
Oh, so they have no way of leaving.
They are stuck there.
For an hour.
Do you want me to send Karen
Well,
over there?
Well, a few minutes. No, I've got our friend Jen, who owns Anchart.
Yeah.
Is meeting her over
Ain't
there.
that the place she was going to try to see if we can set up new live streams there?
We can, if it's cold outside, we can go in there.
That's pretty cool. They got air conditioning though.
Yeah.
I mean, like when it's like 90 degrees.
Yay!
First time seeing this.
Optimus Prime with no trailer.
That's actually really cool looking.
It is cool.
It's nice, right?
6 of 10.
In that series, whatever that series is.
There's no pictures.
That's because it's a mainline car.
So there's no pictures.
They don't put pictures on
But
mainline
there's
cars.
no pictures.
They don't put
Then
pictures.
how do I know what?
What's that black thing say? Go back. Turn around. What's the black line on the side say?
Extra screen time.
So there's
That's
six.
a blue line.
There's oh, it's blue. There's 6. Or there's 10. There's 10 screen time cars in the mainline series. Just like there's Toon series. There's no pictures on the back of them.
Oh, that's such a lie. I saw that 104 250. I thought, well, this is the 104th car, 250.
No, it's the 104th car in the set of 250 for the mainline Hot Wheels.
You really are talking to me like I really know this stuff.
You do know this
I'm not
stuff.
that, but I'm not that. I will say this. This has some weight to it. That's a heavy car. I mean,
I don't think it's a metal bottom though. It's plastic. I think.
does it transform?
They do have one that does.
I like the fact that it has
Hot Wheels.
a Lego.
You haven't seen that one?
Mm-mm.
It's an Optimus Prime that actually transforms us to this scale.
What?
And I just did it the bubble.
You dinged the bubble? Were you gonna leave it in there?
I like how they partnered with Lego.
Yeah, with that little Lego on top.
A little Lego fan.
So they do partner sort of with
I
Lego.
got it back.
That is
Okay,
cool.
good.
Thank you so much.
Actually, I think it's Mega Bloks.
It is Mega Block.
Yeah.
Jared
Same
Cheaper.
thing.
You know, that's what if they're that's the truck they when they did when he was this type of truck when he was all blew up in the barn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really wish they would actually have done more with this type of truck.
The cab over
Yeah.
Well, that's what he is now.
in the new one.
Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast.
Transformers.
That is, he is this version.
They can be whatever they want, man. Didn't you learn that?
Actually, he's always that, pioneer, this fancy, nasty.
The big Peterbilt.
See, I like even Bumblebee. I like Bumblebee, the
That's the last
old
one.
World War II Bumblebee.
Oh,
That was a cool Bumblebee.
I like him as a Beetle.
So here's my wood carving.
Oh, you're getting better and better by the minute.
That's my third one. First two sucked really bad.
Well, they didn't.
Yeah, the first two did.
We didn't see it.
Yeah.
We saw one.
We saw a picture.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's not too bad.
No, it's not.
Like I needed something else to do.
You do need something else.
I was
to
actually
do.
in a meeting at work yesterday, and I actually was sitting there carving a little bit while we were in the meeting.
Were you?
My camera was on.
Oh, you were on a video
Zoom
Zoom
yeah.
meeting.
I pulled my knife out, had that out there, and I just do a little cleanup work. But good. I think he's an Easter Island dude. Yeah, pretty close. I mean, Hot Wheels, oddball, music cars. Have you seen the surf's up cars? I know. I was watching Shawn Nicholson's Hot Wheels channel on YouTube, and I actually saw him this morning. Surfside. There's like there's a van.
Is it one of the series that
There's like
has the
five.
pictures on the back
Yeah,
of it?
there's like 5 cars. But the crate surfer, which I found, I think this Walmart over here, they had like a whole stack of just those. It looks really cool. Then there's a van, there's a Dodge truck. Uh,
No, because I still haven't seen all the Gulf livery tuned cars.
Seen all but one of
I'm
those.
gonna let you grab this real quick.
All right.
Because I need to spread this out over to Matthias's area.
What are we doing?
We'll do magic. There
Got
goes
back your cards?
Matthias.
I can show you some
Pull
tricks.
it over. You could use it to put your drink under, but there we go.
Put this on it. Yes, you can.
I set the table.
All right.
Are we gonna eat something?
Now, we're going to build
Oh,
something. The big blockies.
it's not big.
It's got to be bigger than that.
No, it's the exact same scale as the other
It
ones.
can't be.
It is. Did
Then
you see-
why is $9 and this is 20?
Well, that was 10 if you get it at Walmart.
Well, Walmart don't got it.
Yeah, the one in New York got like 20 of these.
Then what's the big difference between them?
They are a lot more details. It's
But it's the same size. It's not this tall.
did you see my short I posted yesterday? That's the Optimus Prime release. But it's the exact same size. It's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's an awesome set.
I know it comes with extra stuff.
Yeah, it lights up. And it like,
Does it?
yeah.
Well, okay.
So the eyes light up and
I mean,
everything.
it's gonna be bigger. That's what got me excited for it.
It's the exact same scale as all the rest of them. It's just a lot more detail.
Well, Still Collectibles has a whole freaking display. I'm glad I didn't get Optimus.
See how detailed it is?
Have you seen the? I don't know why I haven't sent you this because you have a freaking cat. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh, the dude does the helmet,
No,
the head things for cats.
the cat bed that are like it looks like Mona Lisa's holding the cat. And look, somebody made one where Jesus is holding your cat. Is that not great?
It's hilarious.
That is great. Holy crap, there is a lot of these things.
I told you.
Well, this may be a little bit more difficult to build. Not us bringing it, but build it. But
Yeah, I mean, it took me probably half an hour to build it. And so these stickers that go on top of the base.
yeah, I mean, like Sideshow or
Yeah.
Hot Doors.
And I mean, you got all these different color screws, and then you got this, and then there's a little pull tab, and you tap that, and like the light is like taps it, motion sensitive, so you like tap it, it comes on.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice model, but it is the exact same
Okay,
scale.
it makes sense. I was hoping it was going to be bigger.
Me and you both.
Because I think it'd be
cool.
cool.
I thought it would be like a big
Like
Optimus Prime
double the size
or
or
Bumblebee.
something.
But no, it's the exact same size. It's just a lot more detail to it.
Oh, there's 2 plates.
Uh-huh. They snap together.
Two.
It's got like a little.
That's actually pretty cool.
Isn't that great?
That is cool. Little
So there's an
thing.
Instagram video somewhere,
Yeah.
and it just looks like Mona Lisa on the wall holding the cat, right? And I kept looking at it, and I was like, "Is that cat alive? Is that real?" And then all of a sudden, the cat goes like this, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's the greatest idea ever!"
Or was it AI?
Looking to see the.
Into Wakanda?
Lorcana. I used to buy some when they first came out, but I haven't bought anything in a long time.
What it is.
We were in Pigeon Forge over the weekend, and they were giving those out at the Disney stores.
What is
Well, Well, let's open them while we're here. Or wait, do you want to open that one?
You know, I really like the fact
They were giving these away?
Yeah, if you bought something, they give you a pack of Wakanda cards.
I like
So
it when they
apparently
do.
you bought 2 things.
I like it when they do stickers that actually has holes cut out.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There's Minnie Mouse.
Moana. Cubby. Oh, that's Peter Pan. I was like, Diablo.
I'm gonna try to
Pluto,
go
that's
to
a good-
ISKCON.
Razul from Aladdin.
Bravo.
Something green. What is this one?
Webby Vanderquack.
Oh, Webby Vanderquack.
That's a mouthful.
Sir Hiss from Robin Hood.
Oh, look, a Maleficent.
Evil Queen.
Little John.
Captain Amelia from Treasure Planet. Deep cut.
See that? Who's this? Cubby. That's Peter Pan, right?
Pan, he's one of the last ones.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There's Quick Patch, so it's Baloo from Tailspin. Prince John.
What's this fan?
Swims in rainwater. Looks like it might be.
Aladdin?
No, that's Raya the Last Dragon.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
There's another one of the Lost Boys. I don't know, slightly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, got the genie.
Oh, look at that.
These are
Helga
details.
Sinclair, another Treasure Planet. Wow. Baloo.
2 balloons, too, in that pack. Right?
Well, this is Baloo, and the other one was some sort of task or something. Tailspin.
Dalmatian.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of Star Wars Celebration.
Okay, I'll admit this is worth $20. The detail is actually really
Card
insane.
types. Alright, we must be watching a different celebration, man, because all I've seen is positive stuff coming out of it.
What?
Actually, something you're going to be excited about, they revealed last night the next Black Series helmet,
Okay.
Death Trooper. You seem confused.
Oh, you're not going to build that?
Oh,
No.
that's a lot of work.
And I need my little
Flippers?
Ah, no, you don't. They
well,
just pop off.
you know. You're not
They pop off.
Just to clean them up.
Yeah, the Death Trooper from Rogue One.
Oh yeah. I saw a picture of that.
Lights up. And
Here's
look pretty. And I think it's already up for pre-order.
well. So here's the thing with the of course, for me personally, I got to take all of the headgear out of the helmet just to get them out.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I actually have to take the nose piece, that rubber nose piece, and take it out and take that off
Wow.
because no, you're right there.
Some are tighter than others. Like
Some
the
are,
Mandalorian
yes.
helmet is very tight.
Yes.
They're like I have a first order stormtrooper helmets. They're
Well-
massive.
Well, you know the crazy thing. Well, I say crazy. It's not necessarily crazy, but you know, Hasbro they do a great job on film.
Oh yeah.
I mean, especially the price point. But for people who have big old heads,
Not so great. That's when you buy your own 3D printer.
exactly.
All right.
Uh,
See Cisco.
because I remember when the Iron Man Punisher helmet came out, I
Uh,
fell in love with that. I thought, man, this is so cool.
Yeah.
That freaking thing, there ain't enough grease in the world to get that thing on my head. I mean, it literally is like right there. I understand they're designed for kids, blah blah blah.
yeah, those are.
Exactly.
Those are not.
So
for kids.
so here's the thing. Here's the thing. What Hasbro needs to do is what Galactic Armory does. Every helmet that they design is designed for a 24-inch head because you can always add patterns. You can't make the freaking thing bigger.
Yep. Right.
So if you make it a standard size,
Yep.
that is
And add
24
padding.
inches.
Yeah.
now you've actually got, because you could actually do it that way and do some really cool interior padding. Because I know there's a guy that he designed a print file that you can buy. I actually have it, to where you can print off all the electrical component layouts to put inside of one of these helmets. And it, you got to paint it, of course, but I mean, it's legit. And there's another guy that actually creates custom patterns. He sews it the whole 9 yards, and it's got like little squares. So when you put it in, it actually looks like a real freaking helmet. Cool. Which I think is another cool little feature.
Oh, this is like, what is this?
I was like, you got more?
It's for a freaking eczema. Freaking eczema, man.
Eczema?
Eczema.
I thought maybe you had psoriasis.
Well, whatever. I think it's eczema.
It probably is.
Let's see, what else came out of Celebration? They showed a trailer teaser type thing for Mandalorian and Grogu, which, if you know where to look, you can find. They announced a new movie, Star Wars Starfighter.
Starfighter with one-off, right?
Ryan
With
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
There's a new animated series featuring Darth Maul.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
That looks really good. Again, they showed a teaser. If you know where to look, you can see it if you want. Let's see. The Ahsoka panel was during the night last night. Some stuff coming out about that. They showed the Hound as Balin. So the guy that played the Hound is taking over as Balin's skull.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. He looks good. But they showed a picture of him in costume.
See.
No, I hate it that they can't go on with the
I do too, because he really
was such a great character.
because he had that I mean, it's just that age distinguished.
Yeah.
You know, like I never really cared for the dude. That's how much I could play Dooku.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Is it Christopher Knight?
No. I totally blanked too.
Because he done horror stuff.
Oh yeah.
The frequent. I thought it was Christopher something.
It is.
Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christopher Lee.
I didn't care for him as Count Dooku.
Really?
I really did, because I don't know. It's just I didn't think he fit the part good. I mean, he did a good job. Don't get me wrong. It's just when you think about Ewan McGregor, you know, and all the other characters in it, he just sort of seemed. And maybe it's because I've seen him so much in horror stuff, you know, and just I don't know. It was just a weird. He didn't. He, to me, he wasn't intimidating.
Yeah.
He
I
just,
guess so.
he just looked like, you know, old fat guy with a lightsaber. You know? But I don't know. I hate it, but I just don't think there's too much left in Star Wars. And we've talked a lot about this. I mean, I think you can do a lot with animation, but they're never going to do. I don't think they're ever going to do anything good like we talked about. You know, like the whole, you know, Bo-Katan prequel, the Mandalorian stuff. I mean,
Probably not.
because I mean, this Sackhoff, she's Asian.
Yep.
And she is like bone skinny now.
Yep.
So,
Way too skinny.
Yeah. She's definitely not Bo-Katan material no more. I mean, she still looks good, don't get me wrong, but she's not that muscular, you know. She's not.
Yeah, but 90% of the time she's gonna have her armor on anyway.
I don't know if she's got skin. Yeah, she doesn't look so green. But I still watch her on YouTube. So
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
So I'm excited that Andor's getting ready to start again.
Jordan,
Next
what's
week.
up? Yeah.
Tuesday.
I'm watching
3
Daredevil
episodes.
right now.
I just finished Daredevil.
Oh yeah.
Really?
So
I guess I have one more episode.
so I haven't been to bed yet
Since when?
since Thursday night.
Why?
Uh, and I actually turned on Daredevil about 2 this morning. No, about 1 this morning.
Yeah.
And I
Daredevil's not a show you want to watch on low sleep.
Yeah, I started. Well, no, I mean, I started it. I got about 5 minutes into it, and then I was like, no. And I stopped it and went back to Game of Thrones. I've been binge watching Game of Thrones again for like the 5th time.
So this week I've been binge watched The Last of Us because I never watched it.
I'm getting ready to rewatch the first season.
That's what I'm watching.
Then I'm picking up into the because by then there'll be more episodes than Stevie Spoon.
So I've watched 3 episodes a night.
Okay, this is how stupid I am. You said The Last of Us. I'm like, why are you watching This Is Us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that doesn't seem like something you'd be into.
So I watched the first 3 episodes
Yes.
one night.
Yep.
Then I watched the second 3 episodes the next night. And then
Yep.
last night I didn't get started till like 11.
Yeah.
And I only watched 2 episodes. I was up till about 1. And I was like, man, I need one more episode. And I was like, it's 1 o'clock. I was like, I can't do it. So I'm saving it for tonight. We'll see how many I get through tonight.
All right.
It's really good. I'd never seen it
Last of Us
before.
is really good. So me and Kim have rewatched all 3 seasons of Mayor of Kingstown.
Ooh, I need to watch that. That's the one with the guy that got ran over by a tractor, right?
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
But I've started rewatching Game of Thrones, and I love rewatching things because I don't care how many times. Every single time you rewatch something, you see something new.
Yeah, that's the best part about rewatching something.
So you remember you watch Game of Thrones. You watch Game of Thrones,
Yep.
right? All right. So you remember.
I hope all of y'all have.
It's way late.
I actually didn't start watching it until right before the last season
The
came out.
Expanse is really good.
And then I like
hated
binged
the
it.
last
and-
season.
So
Everybody did.
here's the thing: if you remember when they went to the cop, okay,
Which
and
one's caught?
well, you remember they had the it's when she before she got the unsolved. She went to that town. There was the guy that killed the whole council. He became king of cop, and she had her the baby dragon. And there was that really creepy dude that was the sorcerer that could multiply himself.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Right.
Yeah.
Bobby. So when she went into the house, I think it was the House of the Dead, that Colin building, and she went back and she saw at the wall. She walked down the wall. She went in the tent. There's her hubby and the baby.
Yeah.
And then it went to where they was at with Iron Throne. Never remembered that. It was stolen. The roof and everything's gone. There's the throne. That's the scene where she actually.
Yeah.
And I was like,
where she dies.
Foreshadowing.
And I'm like, holy crap.
They
I did
showed
not
what was going to
remember
happen.
And that's like seasons before it happened.
Yes. I mean, it's a season 3.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, like.
Is season 3 the Red Wedding season?
Yes.
I think it is.
Yeah, that's a good season.
Oh, yeah. That's probably because that's where the Unsullied is like, people need a nipple.
Yeah, let's just take that right off of you. Yeah, I thought it was great. I think they rushed the last season.
They did.
And it really disappointed me a little bit. It's almost like The Walking Dead, right? It almost got, and I still can't believe that show's on, because I still think it's on.
No.
They finished it last year.
What, Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Regular Walking Dead spinoff.
Oh, yeah. Then you have the Dead
But
City.
then they have like 3 spinoff series.
Then they had where Rick and Michelle got together.
See, I haven't watched any of those because
Those
after
Who
like
Live or
season,
something.
after the season where the lady had the group of people wearing zombies' faces, right?
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
The Whispers.
The Whispers. I was like,
that bald-headed chick, man.
I was like, I've had enough. I can't do
quit
this
before
anymore.
When Carl died, I stopped watching.
Because it had open.
Really?
Yeah.
You know the
The
big
last one
guy
I saw
that was with the
Crocodile.
bald-headed chick? That's Opie.
I know that's Opie from Sons of Anarchy, but that right then I was like, I can't watch this crap anymore.
Yeah,
It's one of the only series
gave
that
up
I
after
stopped
that.
watching.
Well,
And then the spin-offs, I never watched the one with the preacher guy, where
Yeah.
the
his
Fear of the Walking
Fear of the
Dead.
Walking Dead. I never
Oh,
watched that one.
I hated that. I watched the first season. By the end of the first season, like I'm rooting for the walkers.
Yeah, you're like,
I
get that
hated
show
every-
over with.
I hated
Well,
every person on that show.
To me, was Game of Thrones. The final battle. That's what ruined the whole series because it was so dark,
Yeah, you couldn't see
Couldn't
Jack
anything
Diddley
that was
Squad.
going on.
and I'm just like,
Yep.
you ruined everything in the whole season
Agreed.
before that.
Agreed.
Because that could have been the actual coup de grace
Mhm.
of the whole series because that's where everything's happening.
Yep.
But you
It
can't
had
see
so
it.
much potential. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you ruined it. So, way to go, stupid Game of Thrones people.
That's right.
I will say that I will recommend something to watch if you have Hulu or Disney Plus.
I do.
Titanic Remastered. I watched it yesterday.
Okay.
The movie Titanic.
No, Titanic Remastered.
I thought maybe it was the movie
It's a-
Titanic
It's the,
remastered.
it's, the, it's, the, it's the documentary where they spent 2 years doing all those 3D scans
Of the one underwater.
of the Titanic.
Yeah.
There's only one.
No, there's
Yes,
two.
and it is
out.
underwater.
There's two because they
Yeah, they
painted
did.
it.
There's only one famous one.
I know.
So the beauty of this is
Insurance game.
the way they've done
It
these
was.
scans. It is actual life-size 3D.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So they can create it
Yeah.
life-size. And because of this, they've actually, when you watch it, it'll make a lot more sense. They've uncovered things that were previously unknown. Like, one of the things was the actual, when they hit the iceberg. So back in 1912, whatever, they had the hearing after action, whatever, and the guy that actually designed it testified, right? This is what he feels like happened. Well, because of these 3D scans and everything, it has been definitively proven that he was correct within 2 feet. And what I mean by that is, when the Titanic hit the iceberg, it was a series of small
Yeah.
holes
Just kind of
that only
along
went
the edge.
12 feet. He speculated it went 18 feet. Or excuse me, he said 12 feet, it went 18 feet. And the fact that the Titanic was designed to have 4 fully sealed storage tanks or whatever, and it went to 6 because they was holes in the first 6 components. There was
Not the
and
first
the very end hole was just a little bitty,
just enough to fill it slowly.
And they actually figured out the actual height of the iceberg because in the scan they found a porthole that matched up to a written testimony from a woman that was in that cabin. That ice came in her cabin. They found the porthole with the window broke.
That's pretty crazy.
And it wasn't the fact that all of them broke. It was a pinpoint.
So you see the thing where those guys were shoveling coal into the engines the whole time so that
There's unknown truth about that.
so they could keep the lights on, right? That was why they were doing it.
But so there was a thing, I can't remember what it was called, but it was almost like a junction box. That's what I'm going to call it. That was way up here. And it had a primary line that went to boiler room number 2. Boiler room number 2 is where it actually split, right? That's where those engineers, so the guy that was over the crew that was doing all the boilers, he sent all of them out. And him and the engineers, so basically
Yeah, just stayed there and shoveled.
stayed there and shoveled because they were the only boiler room that was supplying that one particular box.
Yep.
But all that was speculation until the scan showed an actual steam valve that had settled on top of the wreckage, and it was in the open position. So everything before that was speculation. Is that what was going on? They definitively proved that yes, this butterfly valve was open, which means steam was flowing. Now, the other cool thing about it, which I thought was very fascinating, is when you watch the movie, it breaks out, right? No, 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 no. When they analyzed the wreckage via the scan, there was about an 80-foot section that imploded. It blew up, basically. That's the instead of it just going like that, it went boom, crumpled. And this whole like 80-foot section just crumpled. That's that big huge debris field because they are actually able to take pieces, these big
And put them
pieces,
together.
and they actually put them back together and show the section that actually did it. But that's where boiler room number 2 was. Which I always thought that when water hit all these boilers, steam boilers, water, but evidently it don't blow up like I thought it did.
It implodes.
But see, this was back here. The other 4 had already filled with water. But the pressure of that strain, so you know how when you take a stick,
Yeah.
you break it into splinters?
Mm-hmm.
That's basically, but it was like an 80-foot section.
That's crazy.
It's either 80 or 100-foot section.
Y'all have to watch that. I think it's interesting. Still, I think it's an insurance scam. It was.
No, you know what it was? You don't sit there and build something and go, God can't even sink it. That's what you don't do. Because guess what? Nature won with the more ice. About 1,000. Good morning. See Preacher. I watched a little bit of Preacher.
I watched most of it. I think I watched the first season.
28 years later.
That's pretty good too.
That's pretty good.
I haven't seen that one.
And yes, the Red Wedding, it was brutal. It was very brutal. But I still like Tyrion. He's still my favorite. Tyrion. I think that the best scene though was when Daenerys took the whip where she controlled the Sully, and she turned around to the dude with the dragon and started talking to her in the mother tongue.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I heard you call me a blah blah blah.
That's my native language, dude.
How does it feel to be a fool?
The theory that the Titanic was switched with its sister ship, the Olympic, is part of an insurance scam is a popular conspiracy theory. So in 1911, the Olympic was damaged. And to collect money, they painted it to look like the Titanic.
So where's the Titanic?
It's the Olympic.
So here's the thing, right?
There's a book, I think, about it, and it's called The Titanic, the Ship That Never Sank.
Here's the thing. We've talked about this before, but I highly recommend everybody watch Capricorn 1 and then tell me we went to the moon.
Okay.
I don't think we went to the moon.
Oh, please. The moon is a freaking daggone machine. You don't believe me? Watch Moonball. It's a machine. I need to start. You know what? I sit here because I love.
You don't want to go there because you get Kate out of the car and she will tear you all to pieces.
I love pushing buttons.
So fake.
I love pushing
The
buttons.
lunar landing. I hope you're watching, Kate.
Oh, she's looking now.
So here's the thing. Okay. If I know I can push your button,
I'm going to push a button.
because what I find funny is, look, me personally, yes. Yes. However,
Maybe not then.
there are certain segments that you can legitimately go, you know what, you conspiracy theorists, you're right.
Who was holding the camera when he stepped out and made that first step?
An alien.
Huh?
The moon man on it.
Because
Who was holding the camera?
the alien that's inside the moon? Because the moon is a machine.
The
So
moon's
it's
not a machine.
Have
Did you see that footage of that Did you see that footage? Did you see the footage that person took a picture of? A small piece of the moon has separated from the moon, and then it's in orbit around the moon, and it looks like
That's what's in Moonfall. The alien thing comes up out of the crater.
this
and
is
does
not
this.
connected to anything. This is literally
How do
in
you
orbit.
know?
They called it the moon's
That's the
moon,
mini moon.
and I'm like, how did somebody just now discover that, or did it just recently happen?
Because it's on the dark side where the
There
transformer
is no
crashed.
dark side.
There's a dark side of the moon.
Yeah,
Far
every
side of
day.
That's where the transformers crash.
So I think it's funny that you like to push buttons. One of my best friends, he's a chaplain in the military, and he works for JSOC, which is a great part.
Yeah.
All right, so he is a chaplain. He went to seminary. He's always been, you know, a believer. I'm a believer, but if he knows that he can push your button, he will argue about the Bible, and he will say things that he's heard in passing from other people. You know, when somebody has like a certain conspiracy and spins it one way, he'll be like, "Oh, really? Let's do this," and he'll go through and he will have people just begging for mercy. It is my favorite thing to watch.
So
Yeah, if you can get somebody's goat, it's great.
So here's the thing. Like there's a couple of my go-tos, especially when it comes to the moon landing, because the moon landing is the fun. You can really have fun with that one. Because there are things that if you say here, there's really good
Was
split.
the other guy already out?
So
And Neil Armstrong took credit for standing.
you
getting
can't
on
do
the moon
things.
first?
Look, dude. You can't do
Was
things.
there a
take
camera on an
one.
arm?
You can't do things take one. You know, probably 2 or 3 takes. I mean, you're done.
Yeah, in a studio. Continue.
Capricorn 1.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So if you look at it from the perspective, if I want to push your button, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Button number 1. Where's the stars at? You're in space. How come you don't see them stars? You look at the Earth. Why don't you see those stars? You're in space, right? That's a good button pusher. Another button pusher is there's several photos, and as a photographer, this is the one I really like telling people is if you look at the pictures of the astronauts that were taken with I think they were Hasselblad camera.
Yeah.
Which Hasselblad's been around
Forever. Yeah. Great camera, medium format.
Why is the grids on everything except the astronaut? If you look at the photo, because the film they used had grids, right? The whole moonscape, grid lines, except the astronaut. Plain as day, no grid lines. Ooh, that's Photoshop. Before they had Photoshop, that was whatever they used, but they put it on there, and that was people going. And I just look at you so serious. Come on, dude.
So what do you think?
Fake. It's
Did they put him on there?
I don't know. They could have went in there and erased them, Rob. I don't know.
Left him everywhere else.
But it's fun for me
It's fun for me.
because it's like my big thing is like now that all the glory about talking about going to Mars and stuff, I've rekindled a lot of this stuff. Like, why are you not going back to Mars? You're going to train.
But we can't do anything there.
If you're going to train, you build a base. How do you know you build a base on Mars?
You don't.
Build one on the moon. To me, that's logically the first place you go.
Not me.
But why not? It's there.
Because
It's
what if
cheaper.
it's cheaper.
It's a whole lot safer than going to Mars.
Is it safer though? Because
Look.
they don't have an atmosphere at either location.
But please, if you send up those little bugs,
It only takes about a couple of days to get back from the moon.
Mars has an atmosphere because you need to watch Red Planet because they sent those algae up there. It's got those little bitty freaking bugs that was eating all the algae. And
Releasing oxygen. But how do you know that it stayed there and just didn't dissipate into space?
because
they don't have a.
because the Martians they went.
I love it.
He drove potatoes.
There is an atmosphere on Mars, but it's very thin compared to Earth.
Look, my thing is, I'm all in the sun. I love space. I love the idea of space. I think it's great. Blah blah blah. But if you can't even conquer the freaking ocean, how are you freaking going to conquer freaking space? I don't know. I mean, and to me, logically, there's more things in our own ocean.
So does this bother you that we can go into space and not get crushed, but when we go into the depths of the ocean,
The Titanic, 400 times the pressure of sea level. It's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Think about those crazy lunatic rich
Yeah.
people that got into that stupid
You're-
submarine.
Look,
And now there's another company that's getting ready to
Look,
offer the
here's the
same thing.
if I'm gonna set foot into something, and you're gonna tell me you're gonna run that with a freaking Xbox controller, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot for wanting to even
And you're
get in
gonna
it.
communicate via text messages.
Nope.
What part of your brain goes, well, this sounds fun?
Rich people, man.
And you know the crazy thing about it is the one guy that I consider, and I think the world probably considers a very good expert on this stuff. That's James Cameron.
Yeah, he's got little
You know?
tiny robots that go down there and do this
But
stuff.
he really understands the severity of the danger. If he goes, you're an idiot. That I'll tell you. I feel bad.
I do too.
But at the end of the day, you gotta have some common sense here. If I sit here and run out in the middle of that street, that four-way up there with the red lights at, if I take off running up through there,
You might get hit by a car.
and whose fault is it? Mine.
It's yours.
Exactly.
But guess whose fault it's gonna be?
Well, then I'll sue 'em.
They'll sue you.
No, I'll sue them.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Because I just,
So, did you see Katy Perry went to space?
don't even get me.
Did you see that they opened the door from the inside before they, and people are going, up, see, told you it was fake.
Look, here's the thing. Yeah, she's getting roasted right now. Katy Perry's getting
Yeah,
roasted.
she's getting roasted. Because they opened the door from the inside that was supposed to have been sealed from the outside, and you
Yeah.
were only supposed to be able to
Yeah.
open it from the outside.
Here's my point. I mean,
It's just hilarious to me. The
would
internet
would I
wins
would
every
I
day.
would I do it? Yes, I would.
You would.
I would do it because here's the thing, and here's the only reason why.
I'd get on that airplane where you get to do zero gravity.
No. I think
I would too, but I'd still do that before I went into space.
as a person that really believes in creation, I think it would be one of the most spectacular things in the world. The Earth.
Yeah, I agree.
That to me would be.
But is it worth risking your life?
To me, I'd do it. Yeah,
Because that sucker could have imploded too.
I
or
wouldn't do it on
exploded.
Blue Origin or whatever it freaking is. I'd rather do it on SpaceX.
What's his name? Amazon?
Yeah,
Bezos.
Not saying that his stuff's bad or not, but I mean, to me,
Anything could happen.
to me, he's running an amusement park ride for rich people. That's really all this is.
They didn't really go to space. They didn't make it out of the atmosphere.
They went. They were in orbit, right?
No, they didn't do it.
Oh, they
just
didn't
went up, fell back down.
Oh, boring.
Yeah, but again, you still can see because that's when I'd come back out of the Flatlanders. I love messing with Flatlanders. Flatlanders are fun.
Yeah, no kidding. Because the whole concept of the Earth being flat is lost on me.
I mean, that goes.
Have you
back
ever been
to,
in an airplane? That's what I want to ask.
You can see.
You can see it.
Here.
Yeah.
It's 36,000 feet. It's not this.
And if it was flat, right?
You'd get there a lot quicker. No, actually, it takes
Would
you
you
longer.
take it longer?
Take you longer, yeah, because you're going home.
Yeah, because if you're over here in Russia and you want to go to Alaska, right? Let's just say that that's where the flat part is, right? You'd have to fly all the way across the world instead of just going whoop.
So I really, as much as I love space things, Flatlanders I love more than anything. So I'm having a very good discussion. I was discussing, he was arguing because if you can't discuss it, if you have to raise your voice and start arguing, that means you're wrong.
Oh yeah.
Just say. So I pulled up.
Or you're just trying really hard to get your point across.
So we were talking about it, right? And so I was sitting there, had my phone. I said, "Let me show you something." And I pulled up a Google, like Google Maps. And where I know it wasn't Google Maps, it was Google Earth.
Yeah, Google Earth.
Google Earth. Well, in Google Earth, you can plot like a trip.
Yeah.
Right. And I pulled this up. And I thought, look, right here, see the curve? And it was a trip curve.
You're right.
Because they're not straight lines.
No.
You'll see them.
It's always like a
little arc.
little parabola.
So I showed him that. I said, Earth ain't flat. Google says so. He lost.
Have you seen the one where the guy has the hole in the fence and he's got a camera focused? And he says if we move this fence out so many feet, you should the thing will be lined up perfectly, right? You'll be able to see the light. Yeah. He goes, and if the Earth is flat or if the Earth is round, then the light will be below that spot or whatever. And he freaks out when he realizes he's like,
the next time, do you know any flatlanders?
No, I don't.
Okay, so the next time
I choose not to hang out with them.
So the next time you come across flatlanders, this is all you got to do. They'll be like, the Earth's flat. Really? Why is the moon round? Should the moon be flat? Because that makes
My
no
thing
sense.
is, if the Earth's flat, where's the edge?
Yeah, where is the edge? Is it
No, like really, you're like,
a pie
where's
pan?
the edge?
Have you ever seen the Jim Carrey movie?
Yes.
See lots of those.
Truman TV.
Truman
Oh,
Show.
the Truman
So
Show.
I'm waiting on this.
Yeah. When you get to the wall,
Is that what? Is
Yeah.
that the edge? When you
he takes that boat out there. So, that was filmed in Seaside, Florida,
I did not do that.
just outside of Destin. If you go down to Seaside, Florida, remember the grocery store with all the cans and stuff on the wall and the ladder? That grocery store is there. That entire neighborhood that he lived in is like a vacation place, and I've stayed there. And it is 100%. When you first get there, you're like, oh, why I recognize this. I didn't know it when I first got there the first time. And then I was like, Truman Show. I mean, that show would, the concept of it is fantastic. But by the way, this, The Last of Us, is that what it's called that I'm watching? Yeah. That concept, I know it was a video game, but the concept of mushrooms and mycelium and everything, how it works, I love I love mushrooms and I like what they do and why we have them.
Yeah.
But the very beginning when they're talking about how they can't live in the human body because of temperatures and this, that, and the other, I'm like, I didn't know that's where the show was going because I didn't know anything about it. And I was like, oh my God, whoever came up with this is a genius. And some of the things that they have in there is very thought-provoking. Like, it's 20 years later, and when they get the car and they have to stop for gas every hour because gasoline breaks down, I was like, in no other show has anybody talked about that.
Yeah.
And I think it is fantastic.
Oh,
it's got all these little tiny nuances that make me go, this is why I'm enjoying this show, because I was not expecting any of that. It's very, very smart.
But if you go back to the first few seasons of The Walking Dead, it was very,
Oh, yeah. But it was like only a few years. It wasn't 20 years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the part that I find when it comes to a lot of these shows, that when you take the premise, like World War Z. I love World War Z. Brad Pitt,
I like that one. I also like the one where they're in Vegas.
Because these zombies are quick.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
super fast.
I mean, they like it.
And so are the ones that the mushroom. Yeah, the one in Vegas was a Netflix movie.
Batista.
Yeah.
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. Yeah. That's a good one too.
It is a good one.
Because they're fast in there,
Did you
and
ever
the
watch the
mushroom
prequel
things
to
are
that?
fast in this. Yes, I have, and I liked it too.
It was good. Good heist movie.
Okay, so going back to Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
All right. So another thing that I noticed that I've never seen before. So you remember, I think Sam, the big heavy set guy that was friends with Jon Snow from the Night's Watch.
Yeah,
Yes, Sam.
Yeah.
So you remember the scene when he first ran
Samwise, I
into
think.
the White Walkers and hiding behind that rock,
Yeah.
and then it pans out.
Yeah.
You know, dude on the horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then it pans out. You see them all going.
Yeah.
There's another dude on the horse, right? Never noticed before. He's got a freaking helmet on, but he's a White Walker dude, like the one in the front. But he had a freaking helmet on, and I'm like, where was he at the end?
Yeah, where was he?
Because he did the same thing, but it was like way off. He had a freaking helmet on.
I guess I need to watch it.
I love watching these things over and over again. It's like,
I got to go find my wife and my daughter since I've left them somewhere.
well, it is after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I guess.
We've been rambling for a while.
Yeah, it's.
Hey,
yeah.
sorry. It's good to see everybody.
Hey, this is what happens.
Good to be seen.
When we don't see each other for
A couple weeks.
a couple of weeks. We just go off the rails, you know.
I went out of town last week,
Yes, you did.
Wednesday through Sunday, and I came back and I picked up a bug on the airplane, and I was a little.
He's a zombie now.
I was a little. I didn't feel well, right?
Right.
But guess what? You send me out of town for a weekend, I'm gonna bring it to work and I'm gonna infect every single one of you. I'm just kidding, but that's how I felt.
Oh, speaking of which, y'all have a happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
You have a happy Easter.
Happy Easters.
You have a happy Easter.
I will. You as well.
Kate, we didn't go to the moon, and y'all have a great rest of the day. Bye.